Are you a numbat? She smiles, but doesn't reach her eyes. Oh good, by Jasper's rules, I'm allowed to talk to you. Yes, I'm Mayor Kimmins, also known as the numbat. Like an accountant, but some clever bugger came up with a nickname for the role. Something about numbers and wombats, I'm guessing. Thinking about it makes my brain hurt. Anyway, I worked at the bank. Me and my family, we've been indentured servants in Meriden all my life. I was raised for the bank job, and I thought I'd keep doing it when I earned my freedom, but I guess that was just wishful thinking after all. She sounds incredulous, as if she can't believe the words leaving her mouth. What are you doing here? She barks at a bit of life. I don't know, digging a hole, moving coal? You didn't deign to tell me, and I have no right to ask. My parents taught me how to handle the books, and all my life I've helped keep track of everything that goes in and out of the bank. I catch cheaters, I stop fraud, I make sure all businesses keep working, but now I guess I'm shoveling shit. She rubs at her injured hand. Just Menzies wanted me to bring you an interesting message. The principle is simple, but errors have a tendency to compound. She stares at you for several seconds. Miss Menzies can't even make the time to threaten me to my face. I'd quit if I was allowed, and if it wasn't punishable by, death. Well, thanks for telling me, I guess. I work so much harder now, for some reason. I bet squints and gives possibly the fakest smile you've ever seen. What did Jasper's message mean? Oh, just that she's threatening to apply compound interest rather than simple interest to my indentured servant debt if I don't magically get better at manual labour. Great, as if it wasn't all some big farce already. You've been a servant all your life? Uh-huh. My parents were criminals. My parents were caught. My parents were indentured to pay back their debt to society. Better than being exiled, maybe. All I know is I never had a choice. I was born into it. My parents at least taught me how to do sums, and they promised I'd be able to work my way to freedom. If only they could see me now. I don't like that the child of the parent is automatically a servant. In the indentured sense. I don't like that. Again, sins of the father and all that. She laughs bitterly. They genuinely believed the system was fair. How much longer until you earn your freedom? I reckon I only had a couple of years left, but I overheard Miss Smith and Miss Menzies talking. She grinds her teeth until her jaw cracks. They said it would be inconvenient for them to lose their workforce. And just as I get close to paying off my parents' debt, suddenly I'm here doing work I'm not suited for. Miss Menzies has already said that my work ethic has stooped drastically. Her shoulders drop, likewise drop. I tried to give her a piece of my mind, and now I'm barred from talking to her. Why did they take you out of the bank? That's what I don't understand. If that's where you were actually fantastic and proficient, why would they want you to be inefficient? She sighed. Oh, because they don't want you to pay off your debt. I see. She sighs, rubbing at her eyes with her fingertips. But you'd know all about that, wouldn't you? Despite her words, there's no venom, only exhaustion. I've kept a ledger, you know. She speaks urgently but quietly. All my salary and expenses. I bet it'll be gone by the time I get back into the vault. If I ever do. She blinks away fresh tears. So it's in the bank, okay? You said you worked at the bank? I don't know what I'm doing now. The governor's driver, Ash, he came in and told me that I had to leave. I barely had time to get my sleeping bag from the vault before he hustled me out. And then they barely made me put my bag in a shack and gave me tools, and I don't do physical labour. She rubs at the fresh calluses on her palms. At least, as long as I kept that job, I didn't. When the governor's driver kicked you out of the bank, did he say why? A sly smile creeps onto her lips. He ordered me not to say anything. But maybe I can offer some unrelated advice. She smirks. Remember, I'm allowed to say anything. I'm a good servant. She looks at you suddenly, a mischievous glint in her eyes. Do you like lamingtons? I like lamingtons. Everyone likes lamingtons. Yeah, I love them. Right? She grins at you. I'm feeling a little peckish just talking about them, but I'm not allowed to leave my post until sunset. Shame, really. Lamingtons sure would be a nice treat right now. She raises her eyebrows at you. Holly at the Galah sells them, or the merchants in the marketplace probably have something if you, or anyone you know, might be hungry, just in case you want to go for a quick walk. I don't understand what she's getting at. I don't. I mean, I'm happy to buy them, but why? Was this guy right? Is it some sort of code? If I say, hey, I want to buy lamingtons, I get information? What is this? Okay, do you sell lamingtons? He scoffs. Do I sell lamingtons? Do root pellets roll downhill? I don't know, how big and heavy are they? How many am I supposed to get? Just the one. I only want the one, thanks. That shit's expensive. I'm losing money at a rapid rate. Okay. Better than Holly's, mate. He wraps him up in a mostly clean rag and hands the package to you. He clicks his fingers. That's probably the something else I forgot. Those buggers. He gives you a gap-toothed grin. Solved. Okay, bring Lamingtons to Numbat. Numbat! I have Lamingtons. Beautiful, beautiful Lamingtons. I like Lamingtons. Now I want a Lamington. I only did my grocery shopping this morning. I'm not going out again. It can wait till Sunday. Let me guess. You want to talk about the bank some more? Got some freshly baked Lamingtons for you. You didn't say how many you needed. Her eyes light up and she grabs a cake from you, really stuffing it into her mouth. Okay, so at the bank, there's a whatever that is. Grish. She stops, swallows her food and wipes her mouth. Bit on the dry side, those ones. Got them from Wilkins, did you? He leaves the sponge out all day to air. She rubs her stomach as in pain. Man's an idiot. But you did what I asked, so there's a grill on the back bank wall at about knee height. It's right near my bed. I used to listen to people out on the street at night. Best entertainment I could get without going into debt, drinking myself stupid at the Galar or whatever. So if I could hear out, I'm sure you could hear in. I haven't had a chance to check because Jasper's stupid progress reports, and I don't honestly want to think about it too much. But I reckon if you put your ear to it, you might get some insider info on what they're keeping locked up. Guard duty gets awful boring, and the bunch here love to run their jobs. How would a curious visitor speak through the grill with those guards around? Those guards, Numbat rolls her eyes. They're really not the brightest crowns in the box. I'm sure you can figure out some way to distract them. She sizes you up for a moment and takes a breath. But if they give you any flack, just remind them about Clause 42. And no, please don't ask me about Clause 42. What's Clause 42? Oh no, stop. Don't ask me that. She spoils her deadpan delivery by covering her mouth to stop from laughing. Then she turns serious. Look, us undentured servants, us debtors, have a special little something written into our contract. No one but contract owners is supposed to know about it, but I've seen a lot of different documents come through during my work at the bank. I can't tell you the intricacies of the legalese, but suffice it to say that those who know about Clause 42 can invoke it so that any work an indentured servant's done towards their freedom will be lost. What? She looks scared for a moment. Look, I'm trusting you with some pretty high-level shit here. Just name drop that clause quickly up with the guards, and they should be amenable to bending the rules. A little. And don't tell them how you know about it. Jesus. That's horrible. So someone can just be a dick if they learn about Clause 42, and then all the work you've done just gets completely, obliterated, non-existent? Oh my god. Okay, where's this grill? I don't see a grill, man. Hey, I'm back. For realsies this time, I want to stand near a specific part of the wall for a sec. Can you guys turn away, Sophie? She's so upfront about it. You catch the guy by surprise. Why would you? He takes a calming breath. Look, I'll tell you what my school teacher would always tell me. You get what you get and you don't get upset. Jason Thomas, you put that way immediately. She puts her hand to her mouth until his mouth until he stops talking. Look, we all want things. Money, freedom, a job where I'd never have to stand near this doofus again. He pushes her hand away. Hey! He looks like he might cry. I thought we were friends. She ignores him. The point is, no one gets what they want or what they deserve. And if you're some rando asking to stand near a very specific part of a building we're guarding, you get neither. Now rack off. I only want to stay near that grill on the wall, so technically I won't be inside the bank. Let's just go nuclear. Let me stand by the damn grill for 5 minutes or I'll get Jasper to invoke Clause 42. Both guards stiffen. He narrows his eyes. I don't know how you know about that. I don't want to know how you know about that. But I do hope you know that that's an ugly phrase around here. You don't want to say it to the wrong people. Jason, maybe we should get Angela involved. This is above our pay grade. You go. She likes you more. No way. I don't have to explain to the governor how an outside came up with this very sensitive info. Angela's, great. And I do like the lolly she sneaks into my pocket. That's kind of creepy. But she's not the most forgiving person. She sighs. She's not the most predictable either. She turns to you. Look, are you really sure you want to do this? We're not the only ones she's got watching the bank. She shoots a glance at her companion, and Angela tends to take a rather permanent approach to any problems that get in her way. Don't worry, I can handle Angela. Now, can me and the grill have some privacy? Find, stand wherever, but make it quick, will you? I suddenly become very interested in a spot on the cracked bitumen at the front of the bank. Well, where's the fucking grill? There? What? Oh, yeah, sure. I can see it if I, zoom in. Sure. Thanks, guys. Now that you're able to get close to the grill, you can hear someone humming quietly inside. Keep listening. The song continues, changing in volume as if the person making the noise were pacing back and forth. It's a jaunty, catchy tune. After a moment, you realise it's a swing version of Waltzing Matilda. Waltzing Matilda is not the best song. Keep listening. Okay. Hello? Scott Measure, what is that on your face? You hear shuffling, and then a voice, high and reedy, calls out, Hello? Yes, hello, I'm here. Would you like to stay and talk for a bit, please? Who are you? Measure. First name Scott. The man who put me here said it was for safekeeping, but I don't know why. Why am I a secret? Because I'm alive? Why would you being alive be a secret? I don't know. I remember them pulling me out of the plane, stuffing me into the boot of a car, and covering me with a blanket. I passed out and woke up here. Then some woman came and asked me questions about where I came from, how the plane flew, answered all her questions. I thought she'd let me go then, but that's looking less and less likely. The way she was talking, I assume she thinks Kalgoorlie is a threat to this place she runs. Meriden, I'm guessing. Are you a prisoner? I'm in a room with metal walls, a cot, a thick door with guards outside, and I'm talking to someone through a grill on the wall. This is a strange way to treat guests, so I'd assume yes. Measure, what kind of name is that? He pauses as if he doesn't understand the context of the question. It's my name and my title. It's what I do. I measure things. I'm a research scientist. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. He pauses. Don't you name people for their jobs? No. Or do they in this day and age? I don't know. Then maybe you do things differently here. I've been told other communities are less planned than Kalgoorlie was. Was? What happened to Kalgoorlie? You said you were a research scientist. What does that involve? I come up with hypotheses, run experiments, and draw conclusions from them. Then I see how that helps us understand our world and discern the next measurement that needs to be taken. My field is, well, I guess you'd say engineering. I specialise in mechanics and the effects of, well, I probably need to draw several diagrams to explain it. Not really an option now. Sadly, all my gear was destroyed in the crash, or stolen. I don't know which. If I still had my Gatting ball, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. The timbre of his voice changes. Do you know what happened to the others? Are they all right? A gang called the Mongrels killed them. You mean those 2 slabs of dingo jerky? Yeah, they're roasting sunny side up. Dead as doornails. They're dead, I'm sorry. Hear the scuff of material against brick. When he speaks, his voice sounds further away. I see. I saw this weird metal sphere and... Oh, did I? Angel's collection. Could that be your Gatting ball? Angel, the governor? The one who questioned me? That would shed some light on her questions, if so. The Gatting ball is... Well, the closest thing you might be familiar with is a welding machine, but it's suited to a wide array of uses. If you help me get it back, I could show you how it works. If you help me get back to Kalgoorlie, I'll even let you keep it. What do you say? Sure, don't know how I'm getting it. Thank you. At least we know it's secure in the governor's office, not being messed around with by some kids or a wannabe machinist. Machinist? Machinist? You don't want to make yourself a target right now, though. Everyone's too on edge, even stuck in here. I keep hearing about the election debate. What a ridiculous concept. Come back to me after everyone's gone to bed and we'll work out a plan. Your home sounds interesting. I'd love to hear more. My pleasure. What would you like to know? How is it that your town even has aeroplanes? Well, it was one aeroplane, singular, and we no longer have it, to be fair. Well, time was my biggest experiment to date. Researching the old world and harnessing the power of the new. That's what my work consists of. And now it's smashed to bits and I'm stuck here. Why does he look like this? He's like a monk with a mask. He takes a breath. Ah, well, at least I got all the way here without getting caught by mutants. You know, the bartender in town mentioned mutants too. Of course he did. She did. Are you saying you've never heard of them before? He falls quiet. Education outside our walls really has fallen even further than we thought. What can you tell me about your town's leaders? Our leaders were born and bred to wield the power they have, with wisdom, insight, and most importantly, justice. They've seen our world, and they have a plan. They're leading us all to a better future. I'd like to talk more about you again. I don't know how that could possibly give an interesting line of inquiry, but okay. Okay, I'm going now. Suit yourself. How do I get out of this conversation? Oh, hi. Did I take too long? I took too long. Angel is going to have me whipped. Oh no, what about Dawn and Jason? Well, this doesn't sound good. Where are we? The bag is removed from your head. I just got kidnapped in broad freaking daylight. You see a moderately handsome, more than moderately tough, and a no moderately about it, armed woman standing before you. She stares at you for several seconds before she speaks. Now's a good time to maybe start asking yourselves some questions, such as, am I in the mood to be quiet and listen up? Then again, you could ask yourselves, do I feel like being eviscerated by a pack of mongrels? Oh, great. This is great. How did mongrels get into town that they could capture me in mid-daylight? What? Sean, he speaks out the corner of his mouth. I have a feeling those questions might be rhetorical. Oh, who else is here with me? I don't know. I think that's either Mads or Ella. I can't remember what they look like. She's not bullshitting us, she mutters. She watches Pris for a few moments. She's capable and very willing to hurt us. She glances at her sister. Geez, Mads, do you want to shoot her or fuck her? We'll see. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. You sure we can't just kill them? 4v4? Enough whispering. You lot, come here. As you walk towards the crew's leader, you notice a lot of movement in the shadows. Figures drawing closer to, but staying just out of, the light. A pack, like she said. Oh, okay, so it's more than 4. Rip. Name's Pris. Some folks call me the Empress. Ah, yes, but I don't really go for titles. She looks comfortable, even relaxed, but you also get the impression she is weighing you and your companions very carefully. So tell me, who are you? What can define the nature of a man or woman? We're a small part of what's left of Brookton, Your Highness. We were hoping to find help in Meriden. Now we're here. We're people who don't like being bagged, shoved in a cart, and then dragged all around like dumb animals, all on behalf of your glorious leader. I'm your worst nightmare. I'm no one, just like you. It's a dog-eat-dog world, and you and I are scraps at best. I don't know if she's going to take kindly to that, considering she calls herself Empress. Although she doesn't go for titles, I suppose. Someone who thinks there's going to be a mutually beneficial outcome to this conversation. Yeah, that's useful. That's where you're wrong. I've got my own pack. It's you who's dog shit. Okay, shouldn't take well to that. I'm the fucking reason all this works. Her gesture encompasses the world. That's a bit of a sweeping statement and an overestimation of what you can do in the world. Without me, the dew farmers wouldn't have the plastic they need for Meriden's water. Without me, the emu filers wouldn't be able to make fuel from bird shit. She folds her arms. Without me, the drunk dickheads in the galah wouldn't have their precious pokey machines. I'd like you to be more specific. How exactly are you helping these people? You lot reckon you're safe now that you're in Meriden, she laughs. This place is a web of lies and bullshit. Me and my pack make use of what falls out, or gets thrown out. Angela, meanwhile, is very much the spider in this metaphor. You pissed her off, and she asked me to teach you a lesson. She wants to put the fear of me into you. So what do you say? Are you sufficiently afraid? Lie, terrified. Terrified. What do you want? Some kind of deal? I've already got what I want. She stretches, her shoulders cracking. I'll make use of you when the time is right, and you'll do what I say, or you'll die. Simple, clean, no room for misunderstandings. She has an amused glance with her hidden lackeys. Get them out of my sight. Okay, well, that was very uninformative. Well, Angela, you just pissed me off, so have fun with that. The warmth she showed you earlier has completely evaporated. She leans in under the guise of brushing some lint from your shoulder and pitches her voice low. I hope your chat with a certain empress has clarified what it means to defy me. But so we're both crystal clear on my expectations moving forward, know this. I have allowed you into my town, and as a result, I expect you and your friends to be loyal to me. Not Meriden, me. She steps back and resumes speaking at a normal volume. I also expect you to do as I ask. I have an election to win. Anyone who endangers that endeavour has no place here. Now, I strongly suggest you stop looking into my business. If you don't, you and your merry band will face far worse consequences. Good day. Wow. Okay. I'm certainly not going to ask her about a bloody driver. It's not going to end well. She pauses, giving the impression of a machine interrupted mid-task. You look like you have something urgent in your mind. What is it? Leadership. Hard. Lie. Nobody needed my help. I haven't even... Do you know a boy called Ash? Apparently he works for you. Ashley was my driver. I don't care to elaborate beyond that. Okay, done. Do you enjoy our beautiful city? Oh, I hate this woman. Okay, guess we're gonna have to put this incompetent prick on the council. It feels like they're both bad options, and it doesn't matter which way you go, there's going to be a bad outcome. That sucks. Find out what the governor's driver knows. Okay, well, I know his name. I mean, I still can't talk to the guy. He's still pissed off. What now? A little birdie told me one of the governor's drivers. I'd like to ask you some questions about your job. Fucking birdies. Yeah, I've driven for the governor, and I'll answer your questions if you make it worth my time. I hear you lost your job. That sucks. He sighs. Fuck it. Yes, I lost me bloody job. I was one of the governor's drivers, and a bloody good one. No flies on me, mate. Couldn't catch me if you tried. Kept everyone safe too. Mostly. He pauses to burp. So today I dropped, well, something off at the bank vault. I made a joke about the deposit to the guards, and one of Angela's aides must have heard me, because within 5 minutes, I've been shit-canned. Now what am I supposed to do? He puts his head in his hands. I haven't even told my wife and son yet. He emerges slowly from his misery and focuses on you with some difficulty. Mate, you don't seem like a bad sort. Something you said earlier. Grab me one last brewski before I go home to give my family the bad news. A strong one. Ask Holly for a Munter's Reserve. It's probably the most expensive item on the menu. He looks up at you, bleary-eyed, his sour breath wafting towards you with each word. What do you say? I won't ask twice. All I've got left is me pride. You'll pay me back, right? Maybe. We'll see. He smirks sloppily. Sure, I'll get you fucking beer. Go on, ask Holly. She'll hook you up. And don't tell her it's for me. I've been cut off. He says moodily as rapidly emptying pint glass. Great. I'll come back for you, tosser. Okay, I'd like Munter's Reserve. It doesn't have a price. She continues wiping the counter while she talks. Ashley's already tried to get me to give him a Munter's on credit. Not that he could afford it, on what the governor's paying him. I don't care if it is his birthday. You have to pay up front like everyone else. $80? That shit's so expensive. Holy shit. Here you go. Don't go drink it all at once now. Oh my god. The guy at the bank vault mentioned... Can I say that? Yeah, you know the guy you're not supposed to know about that's been kept hostage in the bank vault? He mentioned mutants too. The guy in the... Oh, that's right, new to territory. I shouldn't have said that. She trails off and her face goes perfectly blank. I'm going to pretend you never said that and that I didn't hear it. For both our goods. Oh well, it's worth a try, right? Cheers, mate. You son of a bitch. He eyes you skeptically. You better not be coming back empty-handed. Got your Munters right here, you son of a bitch. Fucking A, man. He pats the stool next to him. Now sit down. This beer doesn't have Munt on the label for nothing. It's 10 times stronger than the Red Roo, and it tastes like it. So here's the deal. We go swig for swig. If I turn to first, I'll tell you what you want to know. Otherwise, you piss off. Okay, if you tell me what you dropped off in the vault. He raises his eyebrows. Fine. Can't lose my job twice. Plus, I can drink all night. Hope you've got a spare liver handy, mate. Oh, no. Go fetch Mad. Not right now, but I have someone in mind. Okay if I come back in a sec? Mad! I need you to participate in a drinking contest with this arsehole. I'm not going to be able to help. I'm... not very good at consuming alcohol, though I don't know what that for. There. Yep. Nope. Absolutely not. Mad. Someone found this freaking possum. Hey, can I borrow your liver? As long as you leave it in my body, sure. Yay! Thanks, Mad. Munters, eh? Alright. Old mate here wants me to drink you under the table, yeah? She turns to you. You're buying for me later, I take it. Fair deal. I just paid $80 for that, isn't that enough? She bellows up to face Ash. The two of them go swig for swig, their glasses getting closer and closer to empty. Even before he takes his fourth swig, you can see he's been hit by the first, and you know the others aren't far from catching up. After the fifth swig, his face goes green. He carefully picks up a pint glass and bends over beside the table to hide his face in the glass from you. Then he does what can only be described as politely vomiting into the pint glass with obvious skill and practice. He resurfaces, burps unself-consciously, and wipes his mouth with the back of his hand. You win. Here's your stupid secret. You know that plane crash? Not everyone died. Survivors in the bank vault, raving about Kalgoorlie and the wonders they've got. Batshit insane. But the governor's got some plan from him, apparently. Nothing that you just said is new. And I'm done. He claps his hand over his mouth and staggers away. Yeah, I already knew all that. I could go another one. Thanks, Mads. Oh, Mad. She's still got drink in hand, has she? Yeah, she's still got the drink in her hand. Haha. Okay, well, Hogan, this is what I got for you. Where did he just disappear to? What's the good word then? Did you dig up Angela's little secret? Move on. Lie. Angela found a pile of gold in the wreckage. She's figuring out how she can use it to buy the election. I spoke to one of Angela's drivers. He's told me there's a survivor from the plane crash in the vault. Move on. I spoke to the survivor from the plane crash. What do you mean by move on? He's from Kalgoorlie. Angela locked him in the bank. Not sure what her plans are for him. Why do you want to be governor? Angela and the Smith family have been in charge for too long. Too strict with the borders, too guarded with the outsiders, and too controlling the trade. But I'll set that all to right. After all, we don't want another Brookton on our hands. He gives you a pointed look. No strong leadership can keep away the barbarians at the gate, and I'm the best man for the job. I think you're terrible. Will we get any blowback if I help you? No, because if you help me, I'll make sure you're untouchable. Yeah, that worked out well for me. I know I'll treat my friends right. He winks at you with unnecessary emphasis. How could anyone survive falling out of the sky in a metal tube? He sucks the end of his moustache into his mouth. Oh, that is vile. All right. This throws a spanner in the works, but I can turn it into my advantage somehow. We need more info. A survivor. But from where? How? Why? It's getting more worked up the more he thinks about it. This is good, mate, but not incriminating. See what else you can find for me. Ta. Okay. He says you're wide-eyed. Kalgoorlie? Oh, that'll do. That'll do nicely. He shakes your hand. I won't forget my end of the bargain. When I'm governor, Brookton will be my top priority. You have my word as a Hogan. What's the importance of Kalgoorlie? Oh, no. And don't forget about the fireworks. Metaphorically, that is. The election debate is about to start. Just head to Kalar to witness the show. Oh, but I'm not ready. I want to do Jimmy's quest. God damn it. So I could only help one or the other. Okay, fair. Oh, well. Not much more I can do. Connor. He's in the middle of an impassioned plea. It doesn't seem to be going well. Westonia itself is at stake. We need Meriden's help right now. Everyone there will die. As one of our closest allies in trade, of course we don't want Westonia to fall, but you requested we send over 100 people to follow you into the flames. It's just not feasible. Even Malcolm would have difficulty justifying such a preposterous ask, especially when it would leave Meriden practically defenseless. Practically defenseless? I don't know what city Governor Smith is living in, but we here in Meriden know how to hold our own. A chorus of ragged cheers rises from the assembled crowd. If I was in charge, I'd send 200 people, you don't have 200 people, to help Westonia. And you wouldn't hear me whinging about a lack of manpower while those poor starving wretches are huddled outside our walls, begging for a chance to prove themselves. I'll bloody well let them in. Nah, better yet, send them to Westonia. She stares daggers at Hogan. Malcolm, do you think I enjoy turning people away? Do you think I do it for fun? She gives the crowd her best, can you believe this shit look? I keep others out so that our community remains fed and safe, so you can keep your cushy home. She turns to Connor. I regret the situation we both find ourselves in. Deeply, I do. But if Meriden offers aid, any at all, you have to meet me halfway here. Angela, I can't. He massages his temples. When he speaks, it's with a sense of wonder. I can't believe I wasted all this time away from my home, my family, all to try to get help from the saddest sacks of shit in West Oz. He laughs weakly and spots you in the crowd. I know you're travelling with Brookton these days, but don't just stand aside and let these cockatoos decide Westonia's fate, please. I think you should head home, mate. Make sure you have enough time to get your family somewhere safe. Salute him with your beer, but otherwise do nothing. Appeal to Angela. He's right. His home is going to be destroyed. Can't you do something for him? What if it's something I have made? Don't look at me. He strokes his chin. Well, I'm not the governor. Not yet. I say we can help our Westonian friends, not by pulling our guards from the walls in an untenable defence, but by bringing Westonia's people inside our walls. He holds up a hand to forestall the muttering in the crowd. We can't do it for free, but perhaps if they'd agree to a period of indentured... That's his solution? That's his solution? They can't just work towards the common goal of the betterment of your society. You have to put them in servitude? Oh, I strongly dislike that. Like many of our own fine townsfolk have done, we could see our way to food and board for their people. He turns to Connor. We can draw up the contracts in the morning. Help us help you. He stares at Hogan for a moment, then looks around at the rest of the crowd. I can't believe this. He takes a step back. You enslaved the unborn children of people who owe you a debt, and you want us to opt in? That's your offer of help? Hogan's face goes red, but his rebuttal is interrupted. You open your mouth and I'll fucking deck you. The storm inside him calms for a moment. He drops his voice. You think you've got a problem with people outside your walls now? Wait until all your neighbours are clamouring at the gates. You'll have to choose between a massacre and an invasion. Look, you have 3 choices. Accept Hogan's deal, run somewhere else, or stand and die. No one else is going to save you. Sounds like you're still under the illusion life's supposed to be fair. Maybe this is your opportunity to drop that idea and bring your people to come and live and work here. I don't like any of these options. Looks like this game is just full of shit choices and you just gotta navigate which one's the least shit or the one you can tolerate the most. He says at you incredulously, "Don't look at me, bro! I didn't have much of a way of options," and barks out a single laugh. Or maybe it's a sob. Throw ourselves on their tender mercies? You're insane. Everyone here cares more about one-upping each other than they do about people's actual lives. He scoffs. It's a harsh world, mate. You play the hand you're dealt, that's all. So it's my hand in life to beg for scraps at your gates, to die of hope. He points at Hogan, then at the rest of the people in the pub. You're all complicit, and you're all going to pay for the lives you refuse to save. I'm willing to hear your insults, but I won't let you threaten Meriden. She raises her hand, and her guards step forward. Watch it happen. Are you serious? You're going to have him arrested because he didn't like the terms you offered? This will definitely win the election. People love a ruler who uses force to get their way. I hope that she means that sarcastically. She plays up her shock. What kind of person do you think I am? No, I'm just having him removed until he can calm down. Guards, please escort the Westonian elsewhere. He's free to leave the city or find a gutter to pass out in, as long as it's not anywhere near me. The fight has all but left him, but he still musters the energy to laugh. I heard a lot about Meriden as a kid, you know. How it was this big, safe place where kids could run for ages and never reach the other side of town. This place is absolutely tiny, sir. He chuckles. But now I see Meriden for what it really is. A breeding ground for the most heartless, gutless wonders I've ever had the misfortune to meet. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. He gestures at the crowd, his face a rictus grin. One day, I hope you're in my shoes. Watch, yeah, it's going to happen. This place is going to burn to the goddamn ground. Watching a bunch of show ponies parade around the yard while everything you care about burns to the ground. He looks around, making eye contact with as many people as he can. And when you are, I'll laugh. I'll laugh my fucking ass off. Sorry, I tried. There's nothing more I can do. Her shoulders visibly relax once Connor is out of sight. She addresses the crowd. I'm sorry you all had to see that. In future, I'll encourage Mr. McCabe to bring his complaints to me in private. She claps her hands, jerking a couple of the more sodden drunks awake. Now, let's give the people what they want. Malcolm, would you like to select the topic, or would you prefer first write a rebuttal? Topic. He points in the direction Connor was led, his lips a thin line. That poor man's outburst is the direct result of you treating the Brookton survivors so favourably while letting everyone else rot in the sun. Favourably? You used us, and we're nothing but grateful for the governor's courtesy. It's not our fault that no one else in the line has the skills the governor wants. We aren't planning on staying here forever. We just need Meriden's help to get back on our feet. Drink your beer. The Brookton convoy has been through enough, Malcolm. They do not need you singling them out. I'm not the one who singled them out, Angela. That was all you. He's been massaging his temple since Connor's departure. What is wrong with you people? All eyes turn to him. Westonia's fucked, with or without your help. And here you are, bickering like an old married couple who stayed together to raise the kids. A moment of resentment from the crowd surprises him as... Are they going to put Mick in charge? As much as it does Angela and Hogan. His next words are almost a plea. We came to you for help. Don't tell me this is what you're doing instead. Now, they're too busy kidnapping Kalgoorlie citizens. And what does the plane crash survivor and the bank have to do with any of this? They're not going to help us. They never were. Of course, it's what they're doing. It's all they've been doing since we got here. He smooths out his moustache with his fingers. I was waiting for the perfect moment to bring that up. Angela, please explain why you bring such a threat into our city. I recovered a survivor from the plane crash and have learned that he hails from Kalgoorlie. I've been speaking to him privately to learn of their plans and see if they know anything about the threats that currently face Westonia. He goes through several expressions before he's able to speak, his skin tone changing from pale white to red to a sickly haunted green. What were you thinking? Kalgoorlie could obliterate us without a second thought, and you took one of them hostage? He sucks in a deep breath. We've got to find out what they want, and fast. Her laugh is hollow. You poor narrow-minded buffoon. There are more things in heaven and I was supposed to get him the ball. I don't know how I was supposed to get him the ball. The prisoner has escaped. Okay. Yeah, look, yeah. How did he escape, though? I didn't get him his gatting ball. Oh, Connor revealed him. Interesting. How did this happen? Hey, Angela. He opens his hand to reveal a small metal sphere. It's the one from Angela's collection. The one Measure was talking about. The Gatting ball. This is for Westonia. Mick! Mick! Oh. He's flipping them off.
Mick!
You know what
Jess's
sucks?
voice rends the air
Angela
a moment
survived that
before
shit.
all hell breaks loose. In the ensuing chaos, you hear her pitiful cry drowned out by screams and shouts as the terrified townsfolk flee the area. Mum! Sarah comes running, doctor's bag swinging wildly in her grip. She assesses the scene in an instant and grabs Jess in a quick hug. I'm here, sweetheart. Then
Come on,
she
Alana.
falls to her knees,
know
working
Sarah.
quickly but with steady hands to staunch the bleeding from Mick's head and ears.
Please tell me he survives.
Alana arrives a moment later and
thought it was
stands
Alana.
off to the side, chewing on her thumbnail and throwing worried looks at her daughter. The radio at Sean's hip crackles to life. Outpost A to substation N. Who's firing off in restricted space? Over. There's a burst of static mixed with garbled words. Then the same voice wavers back in. Come get the bloody engineer then. I don't have time to nursemaid him. Julianne, out. The radio cuts off, leaving a ringing silence in its wake. We need to get him to the ambulance. Sarah gestures at John and Sean. Get the stretcher. We'll have to make 2 trips. She points at Adam with her thumb and goes back to stabilising
Oh, it was
Mick.
Adam. I thought it was
Angela steps forward
Hogan.
to speak,
Oh
but
no,
Sarah
Adam.
silences her with a glare.
Yeah, shut up,
Until
bitch.
this man's condition improves or he dies, you'll keep your tongue if you know what's good for you. She glances at DJ's horrified face. Governor. Angela bows her head and steps back next to Hogan, the two of them watching in silence while Mick's blood streams into the hungry soil.
I feel like I haven't accomplished much in this place, and we're probably about to leave.